Hey, Regie Simmons here. Wanted to offer the travelers out there a couple of tips for ways that you can maintain your healthy diet while traveling. I actually travel a couple of times per month for work, and so I've kind of worked on refining these tips over the last couple of years as I've had to travel while competing at the same time. So the first piece of advice that I'm going to give you is to take your food with you. By far, this is the best way to be able to maintain your diet while traveling. So instead of leaving it up to chance to find a healthy alternative in either the airport or in the area surrounding your hotel room, if you take your food with you, you're guaranteed to be able to adhere to your diet because you have your food with you. The second piece of advice is call ahead to the hotel that you're going to be staying at. Make sure that you can reserve a microwave and a refrigerator. These two things will make your life a lot simpler, especially if you have your own food that requires maybe a little heating or a little bit of preparation before you can actually eat it. Next piece of advice that I'll give you is to invest in Ziploc bags. Ziploc bags are by far one of the most convenient ways to actually travel with food. And I actually use the Ziploc bags for meats, for carbohydrates, for oatmeal. And they cut down on the weight of the food because I don't have a plastic container or something like that. They close up pretty well, and I haven't really had any real issues with transporting even large amounts of food in Ziploc bags. And really, to be safe, you can even double bag them to make sure that you don't have any leaks or spills. One of the other things that I'll try to do is if I have sweet potatoes in my diet, and right now I actually do as I'm cutting down for the season, I'll actually purchase some of these pre-wrapped sweet potatoes, and all I have to do is to drop them in the microwave for a couple of minutes and they're ready to go. But relatively easy food to kind of transport if you happen to be on the road. Next piece of advice that I'll give is to get a couple of the small shakers. These things can fit relatively easy in a carry-on bag, whether it's a book bag or a purse or even your luggage. You can fit a couple of these very easily in your bag. And what I like to do is I'll actually prepare a couple of protein packets in Ziploc bags, and I'll stick them inside of the container, inside of the shaker, and close it down to make sure that the protein doesn't leak out in my carry-on or in my luggage and get all over my clothes. So a nice way to kind of transport and have something to take to the gym when you hit the gym. Another piece of advice is get a cooler. This is actually something that I'll drop in my carry-on, and I'll pack this thing full of food, and I can get 3 or 4 days worth of food in this cooler, and I'll stick a little flat ice pack in the backside, and it'll keep my food cool until I arrive at my destination. So again, just wanted to offer you guys a couple of tips on ways that you can maintain your diet while traveling. I've heard a lot of people say that it's impossible to do, but like anything else, if you prepare in advance, then more than likely you're going to be successful. Take care.